Yo, 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 what's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Nate the Great coming at you with another live. You already know if you're new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. To all the returning friends and family, you already know it's peace and blessings. Give y'all some time to tune in case these notifications ain't go out. Give me some time to set my coffee down. First things first, hopefully everybody having a blessed and productive Sunday. Hopefully everybody's smoothly getting through the day, no matter what plans you got for the day or for the next couple days. Again, make sure you keeping yourself visual, keeping yourself safe, taking the necessary steps that you're supposed to. Preserve life. One thing that should be remembered is preserving life. So just keep yourself safe out there. I know a lot of y'all got plans, especially for New Year's Eve. A lot of y'all got plans to go out and do whatever. Again, make sure you're keeping yourself safe. Make sure you're with the right people, and definitely make sure that you're enjoying as much as possible. Those celebrating birthdays this week, fellow Capricorns, I see y'all in there. Hopefully y'all enjoy yourselves and stay safe as well. More blessings and, more opportunities for those going into 2025. Appreciate everybody that tuned in Friday for the conversation. Definitely was a great one. Something that I'm gonna reiterate on again at some point. And for those that missed it, you can catch the replay. Today I'm gonna speak about a couple things, but one of the main things I'm gonna speak about is, again, preservation of life. Give me a second, y'all. About to fuck this coffee up though. I'm quite sure some of y'all heard the news story about the guy that was unalived basically by the corrections officer. Now, that's blatantly on videotape, not even videotape. That's basically a viral situation. Um, Also, a prime example of, again, just, you know, be careful on things that you don't, things that could land you into that prison system. This is unfair system, regardless to what. Now, those that might not have known, there was an inmate who was beaten to death basically by some corrections officers. The crazy part about the situation is that these corrections officers still haven't been arrested. One resigned, and from what I'm hearing, um, still no arrests have been made. And this was something that was caught live on tape, live on video. Um, Given my view and opinion, I've always felt that doesn't matter if you're a corrections officer, doesn't matter if you're a NYPD officer or any form of officer, you know, you're taking on a duty, you're putting on a badge, you still are supposed to follow certain rules and regulations because you still are a civilian. You might be a civilian with a little title, but you're still a civilian nonetheless. Now, I can understand, you know, corrections officers go through a lot. Doesn't matter where you live at. You hear stories, countless stories of some of these corrections officers that go through the utmost in these systems. But from that video I've seen, and I couldn't post it up because it's too graphic, at least for YouTube standards. It's too graphic, and you know, obviously I don't want to show that either because again, that's just something that's triggering right now towards us as the melanated folks. You know, we get tired of seeing and hearing these same stories. Now, again, this inmate looked like he wasn't really posing that much of a threat for all of y'all to gang up on him and beat him down the way y'all beat him down. Now, this is another person right now that If they got family on the outside, they're not going to be able to celebrate or do anything for that notion because they're not here. And the question for the day is, why is it when certain crimes like that happen, nobody is formally arrested? They're not being formally arrested because what? They under the jurisdiction of the law. So it's almost like you're given a free pass, basically. Because if this would have been anything or anybody else, you'd have been quick to charge us with murder, arrest us, all of that. But when it comes down to these people and the badges that they wear, it's just a, oh, well, we just going to do this, or we just going to suspend you. We just going to do this. How is that fair? At the end of the day, they still are civilians, and they still have to abide by our law and the command too. And the fact that again, an inmate has lost their life when it probably wasn't even necessarily needed, that's a problem. And seeing the way these things was done, the way that man was done dirty, you could tell that these people didn't have no remorse at all. They didn't care. This is why I said preservation of life, because you simply have people who don't give a damn about your life. And if they could take it, they're going to take it. In that instance right there, that was a prime example of that. Prime example of wrong people getting these positions. And it's sad. Another young brother lost to the ill fate of the justice system. Now I can understand, yes, you gotta, the times you're gonna have to detain, you're gonna have to separate and restrain inmates from going at it. Sometimes you might have to get these inmates away from a scenario because it's causing a riot. I get all of that. Like I said, I have family that work in corrections, and stories that was told ain't far off from what we still hearing now. But I will tell you this: some of the situations don't go down as often as you think because there's a respect level. Like in certain areas, there's a respect level. When you give respect, you gain that same respect back. And despite that, these people are locked up for whatever crimes, they are still human beings. They still have rights and they still should be respected. You know? Yeah, my bad. I hit the wrong button. Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's still a respect level. You know, there's a reason why there's certain situations that don't go down as often as they do, because again, it's a respect level. Communication. You know, regardless of what, you know, that person is still a human being, and that person, you know, deserves the respect. It's a two-way street because there's some of these inmates who think they can just use their power and just do whatever. But again, it got to be respect on both ends. And it's sad again because that brother probably didn't do nothing for him to lose his life. And that's what I'm saying. You're gonna have situations like that. It seems like every time you turn around, you know, there's video footage of us being mistreated and basically dismantled in front of the world to see. Almost like a new day lynching, if you want to say it that way. And it's sad because again, you got to worry about some of that shit when you out and about. But now you got to worry about that in. That was just like a couple years ago, situation with that young boy He was only supposed to be on the island, I believe, for a small time frame, and didn't even get a chance to see the judge or none of that because wrongfully killed. You know, wrongfully unalived in the spot. I would say to some of you young men and women out there who are moving fast and moving in these streets, you know what the consequences will be if you get jammed up. Expect yourself to be sitting in a cold prison cell. But see, the sad part about it is you also have to think about what could possibly happen to you in a certain situation, depending on where you at. You could be another victim or casualty, depending on what the situation is. Cool gamer, what's going on? Just Jay, baby. Again, I know some of y'all probably heard the story, but again, it's sad because this happened out in this happened out in New York. And it's sad because again, I was sitting there saying a while back that when it comes to certain things, they need to be retrained. When it comes to prime example, you deciding you want to be a cop, you want to walk the beat, you want to protect your neighborhood or protect the neighborhood that you're working in. Uh, at certain points, y'all need to have some forms of retraining because it seems to be that there's ways that people are losing their lives, only because of you know is how you would say it. It's just it's dastardly to even think that you would have to do that. You gotta walk on eggshells to a degree. You know, people are being mishandled, mistreated, and basically abused. You know, and again, that's an abuse of power. Because when it's all said and done, that's still somebody's life you got to be responsible for. That's the one thing that some of these people fail to realize. You're getting into this field of profession, you have more than just your life at stake. You know, and if there's a situation where it's not called for or justifiable, you shouldn't be abusing your power. Like I said, I had family that worked corrections, and trust me, stories was always the same. There was days that you had the smoothest days, and then you had days where it was just paperwork on top of paperwork or incidents on top of incidents. But again, when you have people who are abusing their authority, power, and then they're also being disrespectful, it can turn out wrong. There's some people right now who wish they wouldn't have sparked up or started certain riots within that prison system because look at the outcome. Again, another young brother won't be making it home to their family. And see, I don't know what his charge was or what his sentence was, or even if he was just awaiting trial, because that's the thing too. You still have people who are locked up awaiting trial. So some of y'all that think that it's a game, go ahead and play that game and see what happens. Because guess what? You could get lost and tossed in the limbo as well too. There's some people who have put themselves in positions the way they done got their paperwork tossed all the way to the back. Like, okay, we're gonna hold you for as long as we feel like we're gonna hold you. We ain't gonna get you up and out the way quick. No, we're gonna focus on whatever and then come back to you. That's why I said it's a respect level. You don't want your paperwork lost and shuffled. You know, get it right. Another reason why I'm saying get it right for some of y'all. Oh yeah, if you have been through a situation where you was either previously locked up for something or whatever, double check to make sure you don't got no form of bench warrants or anything. I was reading not even a story. I was looking at something that threw me off. This young girl was apparently coming to court for the date that she was scheduled to come to court. Come to find out that they had a bench warrant out on her But the thing is, that wasn't her fault that she didn't come in. They wanted her to come in, I believe, the day before. But the way they did her paperwork, they had a schedule for the date that she came in. So she wasn't even aware that she had a, she wasn't even aware of that she had a bench warrant out. And then to come to find out, they was getting ready to try to take her in as we spoke. But when she proved that she had the paperwork, and once the people that was reading it seen that, oh, this was a mistake on their behalf, they had to fix that. Because think about it. You could have easily set this person up when this was a mistake on your end. And this is another reason why I said the justice system and everything else to some degrees need to be revamped, definitely need to be overlooked at. And I mean overlooked as far as making sure you are making sure nobody's getting in trouble for the stuff they don't need to get in trouble for. Because how is it you give me a date to come to court, but then you still try to put me out for a bench warrant because I didn't make it the day before? First things first, if you was paying attention to the docket and paying attention to everything, it should have told you this is the date that I'm scheduled to be in. That girl dodged the bullet though. Say that much. And this is another reason why I said sometimes you just gotta be careful because they can even play with your life. Think about it. You're supposed to be getting certain paperwork, prime example, if you are getting ready to go to court. The date you're supposed to come to court might not be the same date that the judge or somebody else is looking at. That's why I said, even if you was in some form of situation, double check before you leave that courtroom to make sure everything is everything. Because as you speak, you could have people within that system making errors, making clerical errors that can mess people up. Good thing that she had all the proof and all the evidence because they probably would have tucked her in. You know, they probably would have tucked her in for that. She would have still had to sit out that just because of a bullshit ass mistake. See, this is the thing. There's some of y'all that need to stop playing those games with your life. Because again, these people will be in charge of your life for as long as you are going to be in that system. These are going to be the ones that dictate to you when to wake up, when to shower, when to go eat, when to go have recreation, when you can visit or have visits, so on and so forth. Do you really want that type of situation for your life? And even if you made a mistake, prime example, that mistake shouldn't hinder you or it shouldn't put you in that form of a bond. Now, see, I don't know what the girl was arrested for, prime example, but for the fact that she didn't get out until probably the date of, first of all, this is where the mess up is at. How do you have somebody scheduled to come into court the following within that day? Matter of fact, you sat there and expect them to be in court that day when they was just getting out of jail that day. There's no way somebody's going to be able to move from jail and then come straight to court. Not unless there's some other shit involved. But think about it. You've been arrested. You probably been in jail for a couple of days. Now you want somebody to go see a judge. How are you going to go see a judge when you were just released from jail? It's not going to work. And then that's even a problem right there because that could set somebody up. Okay, well, my paper says I don't have to go in until this date. But then turn around, the date that I'm getting released from jail is the actual date you want me to see a judge. That's just not going to work. Again, another clerical error. See, I'm going to say this for those who are trying to get into that field. You want to do clerical work. You want to deal with papers and all that other stuff. Guess what? You got to remember what you're doing and make sure you're doing it right and professionally. Because again, this is people's lives you're playing with. Those simple errors right there on paperwork can mess somebody up completely. Again, for those who might have made little minor mistakes and they have to be in, they have to be held basically in the system. Try to keep yourself guarded at all times because you never know what can transpire in the blink of an eye. I think that's the most important thing to remember. You know, you do have a life, you do have opportunities. Visiting or being within the prison cells, that's not the life. And I'm not sitting here judging or throwing shade from the outside looking in. I'm being logical. The jail record is not a badge of honor. And in certain cases, a jail record will hinder you from prospering into the fields that you're trying to prosper. Like I said previously, you can't sit here and have a charge or you done had a previous charge of scamming, defraud, and so on and so forth. If you decide to come home, do your like you done did your time, came home, learned your lesson, and now you really want to try to put yourself back out there, to some degree, you might not get it because again, they're gonna be looking at what you just did recently. How do we know if you fully reformed? How do we know if you ain't gonna just feel like you got the golden opportunity and then scheme again? In certain cases, you might not have to worry about that. Popcorn, what's going on, my guy? Those that just tuned in, you already know y'all hit that like button. I think that's really something to think about for real. There's a lot of you who unfortunately will go through the system, whether it's by choice or not. But the main thing to remember again is knowing your rights, knowing what you need to know, and again, just keeping yourself preserved. BDBGP, going on, my guy. This is why I said, it's important for a lot of y'all to, make clear decisions when you out and about. Now, again, going back to what I was saying in the beginning, you know, sad that this young brother is not going to be making it back home to their family, you know, and the fact that again nobody was arrested. That's what I'm saying. Like, gotta look at the bigger picture sometimes when things like this happen. Yeah, sometimes I feel like it's forced to just trigger us to just to wild out. Yeah, this is my thing again. You know, if this would have been any other circumstance and homicide had taken place, oh, best believe somebody was leaving out in cuffs. It wasn't no person is going home after just committing a foul act like that. And to be honest, it wasn't necessary. But see, I'm gonna be truthful with you too. There are certain scenarios where some of y'all gotta be wise. Let's look at some of the things you have come across and witnessed, or look at some of the stories that you have heard. You know, again, things can happen in a quick minute, especially when you're in that system. You're in an environment where it's very unstable. It could be calm, But then there's gonna be days it's unstable, you know. And again, depending on what you've done and what you're in there for, um, you might not go through as much as you think you're gonna go through. It's gonna suck though. Not gonna lie to you, it's gonna suck because again, you know, you don't necessarily have to be there. Now I'm speaking to those who, you know, again, might end up catching themselves in a situation like that. Think before you do things. If it's something that you know you want to get done, you don't necessarily have to take the life threatening risk to make anything happen. Now, again, may that brother rest in peace and condolences to the family because, again, this is something that we've seen all too often. Another melanated brother or sister lost through the system or through the streets or through the circumstances that's dealing with the law. Again, that is a very disturbing notion. Again, it's supposed to be times that these officers doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if it's walking the beat or dealing with the prison system. Supposed to be trained every so often. And I mean consistently because again, there's different protocols getting put in place now. It ain't gonna be as easy as you think to just do what you feel you want to do. The minute you feel like your civil rights are violated in any way, shape, or form, you do have rights to do what you need to do. Serious, baby. Now, this is the problem. Again, there was no remorse. You know, in my view, it just looked like it was another day at work. Just sad again. Another young melanated brother lost. You know, in regards to what is still preservation of life. Tell y'all again, some of y'all that need to hear. You know you are not fully prepared on any level to go through that system. Start doing better. Start thinking better. Then start having more confidence within yourself. Now again, you're gonna have some who are just gonna always slip through the cracks. That's just been the ways of life. Not everybody could be saved by a golden opportunity. Not everybody could be saved by education alone. You know, it takes a different caliber of thinking to make sure you keeping yourself above ground and from behind the walls. Some of you who are treading lines, and to be honest with you, if you really value your freedom like you say you do, if you value your family like you say you do, only thing I would suggest to you is trying to find a different road to make sure you still going to be valuable to you, your family, and the people around you. See, again, some people think that you have to always go down a negative road just to attain some form of success or to give you the one up. It's not necessarily the case. Some of y'all put yourselves in scenarios because you following behind the wrong people. And that could be a danger, especially again if y'all all hanging out or you all out and about. Look how many people got arrested and they wasn't even a part of nothing. Just because they knew somebody was doing something. Or just because being around somebody that was doing something. You know, crazy. That quote unquote guilty by association. Still real. You know, and that's what I'm saying. Don't put yourself in a dangerous or precarious position like that. Now, again, I feel, in my overall opinion, those officers should have been arrested. Well, those COs should have been arrested right then and there, the minute it happened. See, the problem is certain situations where accountability is not held right then and there. Again, if that would have been another scenario or a different one at that, oh, quick to put the handcuffs on. Don't matter who you are, you gotta go. Now, again, I couldn't show the video. At least I wouldn't show the video because again, this didn't sit right. Again, another loss of life in the system. See, I'll be honest with you, not everybody in that system is grimy or messed up or disturbed. Some people just made some mistakes. Some people are paying the consequences. Some people were just at the wrong place, wrong time. And guess what? There are some people who are just coming home because of situations. Let's not forget about that too. There's some people who are actually being held down just because of sheer hearsay. That's it. Sheer hearsay. But they was there when this, that, and third happened. No, and that's the problem. Again, some of y'all just be aware of the situation. Like I said, you're gonna be out partying, doing whatever. Make sure you partying with the right people. The best thing for some of y'all to do in order to avoid situations, because some of y'all are getting placed in situations just because you won't go check to see if you have any form of warrants or anything, any unpaid tickets, so on and so forth. Some people got that mentality to say, "Oh, fuck it, if they catch me, they catch me." That shouldn't be the way to think either, because again, you want to go through all of that. In certain situations, you 9 out of 10 gonna be sitting for more than a couple days. So cut it out now. My bad, y'all. I did it again. Shout outs to James, though. I think I had a James moment, my big ass thumb. But no, again, there's some people who are sitting up just because of bullshit ass warrants. Or you done been out, turned around, admitting some form of police activity. You already know what time it is. You know you're gonna be checking and making sure everything is everything. So I would advise a lot of y'all need to hear it, especially if you really don't want to go through that. Make sure you doing what you need to do, even if you gotta go down to the court and see what's going on. Shit, best way to do it. Appreciate you for dropping those links, serious baby. Oh shoot. Hold on, y'all. Okay, never mind. I got it. I got it. But this is the problem. You know, again, it's just selfish thinking. And some of y'all that are not going to be able to do even the simplest time, even if it is a mistake or whatever. So again, double check to make sure everything is everything. Now, when I get more on that story, because I know it's already been talked about, but it's just hitting my airwaves. But it's crazy because again, that didn't necessarily have to happen. Retraining is definitely an important step, and that's something that should be given to a lot of them correction officers, and even down to your regular arms of the law. I'm sorry, regardless to your title, you still are a civilian. You still are committing a crime, and you should be held to the same standard like anybody else. Where is it fair at that? Again, y'all did all of that. Nobody got arrested. Doesn't matter if one resigned. Doesn't matter. Those type of situations is what we speak about certain days too. It's supposed to be preservation of life, regardless to what. While you're on that job, somebody's life is in your hands. Yes, you are supposed to protect yours just in case of certain scenarios. But if there are scenarios that don't even present that form of a threat, there's no need for you to go overboard. And this is where y'all still need to be retrained every so often. That's just my view and opinion on it, and I'm being logical about it. It's crazy how, again, certain crimes like that can happen and there's no accountability held right then and there. Any other scenario, come on, quick to get them up out of it. And it's tragic because scenarios like that could happen anywhere. Doesn't matter who it is or what age. Being in that system is a risk. First things first is you're risking your overall life. Because in certain scenarios, you might just have to get down with the get down. The main thing in life is just try to play it safe. These type of stories that you see and hear about, whether it's online, whether it's on TV, shoot, even if it's in the newspapers, shoot, there are still people who read newspapers. Trust me, you get a lot more out of that sometimes. Overall, though, things like that should never happen, regardless to what, whether it's in the streets or whether it's in that system. Because again, that's still human life. You can't bring that back. For some people, it's just easy to take it. But you got to remember that morally, can't bring it back. Once you go that far, you basically ripping the fabric away. And for what? Even if you're not going that far, whatever you might be doing, if it really puts you in the realms of being caught and being strapped down for possibly half of your life, and then no, it ain't worth it. On now, reevaluate yourself. Stop yourself in your tracks. Scenarios like this should make some of y'all really reevaluate what you're doing out here. That could put you in that situation, or could possibly almost put you in that situation. It depends. Again, preserve your life best way possible. Again, happen out here. This can happen anywhere, any system. Again, the minute that type of crime takes place, it does not matter. That person should be held accountable and be arrested on the spot. Again, there are certain scenarios that don't even need to go that far. That's why I said retraining is definitely the most important thing, especially for those on the beat. When there's no real form of danger, there's no need for you to go a step further. Because again, that's abuse of power. And that's the worst form of corruption right there. Abuse of power. Fact that again, a brother is not going to be able to come home, you know, or even again get the chance to just still breathe and live. That's a sad problem. We know it's certain politics, but again, those politics always go against the grain. It is time for a change and stepping stones. Problem with some of y'all is that you feel like you're already by yourself. So you don't think to say, well, don't matter. I'm gonna hold it down. I'm gonna keep myself preserved. You land in one of them situations. Now, if you done got wrapped up doing something and now you are forced to do some form of real time again, now you are basically going to lose a portion of your life, the people in your life. You know, things will change. By the time you come home, depending on how long you was down for, you might have lost some people. You might think some people are still around and they might not be around on either level. So that's going to change a whole thought process for you. I remember that. You take those risks, put yourself in that system, basically giving yourself up to the belly of the beast. At least from how I see it. Lucy, what's going on? What's going on? Honestly, it's just sad when you think about it. You do have options. Problem is, you will not apply that knowledge that has been given to you and really implement it into the real world around. I hear you. I hear you. Again, you just got to remember this part right here. You are solely responsible for what you do out there in the streets. Some of y'all, you're not going to take heed to the message. You're going to continue to run the streets. Hey, I can't say nothing about that. That's on you. Only thing I can tell you is that prepare for a lot. When I say a lot, just prepare for it. You're going to have a lot to think about. You're going to have a lot riding on your shoulders. Trust me, it's not a good look. You'll have a lot of missed out opportunities. Why? Because again, you chose to make those decisions, put you behind the wall. Now, some of y'all have opportunities right in front of you when people are giving you opportunities. Like I said one time before, you got people who will put their neck out for you to try to get you an opportunity. But if you know for a fact you're not gonna take it, not gonna really just grasp onto it, then you need to be truthful with those people. And that is the truth. Don't cry and mope and say you need an opportunity. And then when they stick the neck out for you, opportunity coming, you're messing yourself up already. That's like you get in the position and then the minute you get the position, you automatically start coming in late. That's a problem. That's going to be a problem on all angles because guess what? Company going to start looking at you, or the people going to start looking at you. Already putting, you know, some form of black tape on you now, or some red tape on you. Things like that you don't need. You got to think about it. If somebody is doing that for you, hey, you should be thankful because you're not going to get too many good opportunities, especially if it is something that you claim you want to do. Again, that'd be like somebody sticking their neck out for you to get you a maintenance position. And then you, not even 2 weeks within the job, and you already either about to get fired or already terminated. It's not a good look. It's not a good look for you overall, and it's not a good look for the person that vouched for you. Some of these people will definitely do the simplest thing, like, yo, listen, just get these credentials, get these things in order, come see me. How are you not going to utilize that? There's some of you that know what the job might require. And if it requires that, then guess what? You're either going to get with it or find something that you can get with. Like I said previously, if that's something that you know you ain't really trying to get into, then figure out what you are trying to get into. Rush or push yourself too crazy. Just do what works for you. Some of you get suckered into the quick and easy portion of the money. Quick and easy ain't always going to be good look. Sometimes a quick and easy fix ain't always going to work. Repeat that again. So, you gotta think. All right, well, if this person is giving me an opportunity, if I don't find something, and be reasonable with yourself. If you don't find something that you feel you can get with, then again, if that person is still telling you the opportunities on the table, take it. Again, you got to start somewhere. You really have to start somewhere. There's a lot of y'all that again are going to get suckered into minor BS just because again, you know, think you got to take it and do it easy. Uh, you take your time the way you're supposed to take your time with it, and from there you excel. Again, maintenance position, somebody trying to look out for you on that level, go get it on that. Or that could be like somebody trying to stick their neck out for you, trying to get you a sanitation position. You know, if they vouching to get you where you need to get to, especially if you say this is what you want to do, then do it. Don't say this is what you want to do and then you cow out. Have some real strength in yourself. Again, it really is about trying to, build, create, and leave the right type of legacy, right? So, think about it. If these are positions you really don't want to deal with, you don't really have the patience for, or you really just don't have the strong knowledge in, then again, find something that you can get into. Nothing wrong with that. You go at your level and you go at your pace. Some of y'all got opportunities right now you won't take it. Prime example, there's still a lot of companies that are hiring for home health aides, and registered nurses, and certified nursing assistants, et cetera, et cetera. Uh, get into that. If that's really your calling or that's something that you again are really trying to get into, do it while you still have the opportunity. Whether you want to believe it or not, we are here to actually work. Viral baby. We are here to work, and we are here to work wonders and work miracles. Um, especially within our family structures the way we supposed to. So again, you take the opportunity that's given to you and you push with it. And always remember to have a plan B just in case. Because now, if you do decide you want to elevate and move away from a certain scenario, and you already got the tools, the knowledge needed, shoot, in certain scenarios, you can end up being on your own, being independent, doing something. Riaz, what's going on, my guy? Yeah, yeah, it's really about just elevating your steps, keeping your spirits raised no matter what, for real. I mean, even if that doesn't work for you, you might find something that will really take place for you right around that corner. But again, have a plan B. It's crazy because you got some people who really cry about that. Even some of you younger folks right now crying. Now the opportunity is given to you on certain scenarios, and again, you mess yourself up within a month's time, 2 months, maybe 3 months. That's not really doing nothing. Frugal baby. That's not doing nothing but setting you back more. Because how many opportunities you think you're gonna get before it's just, you know what, this person ain't serious about this. This person don't really want to. Now listen, I ain't wasting my time. You can play around with it right now, and then when it does come time for you to be serious about it won't be too late. And if you do get an opportunity, it ain't going to be what you thought, or it might not even be the first opportunity you could have had. Sometimes that first opportunity could be the best opportunity. Sometimes, so you got to remember that part right there too. You know, take the initiative, and again, just building just strength. You know, strengthen your tranquility. You know, just get over the hump. There's nothing wrong with motivating yourself to something great. You ain't gonna be able to do much if you don't put in the work. The plan and the goal should be again life preservation, keeping yourself from an early grave or from a life sentence. It really is time to think, man. Think for yourself. Don't let everybody think for you. Oh shoot, you gotta think about yourself sometimes. Can't follow everything. Really can't. Young fellas and you young ladies out there following the crowd, getting into crazy mischief, even into certain forms of violence. But again, when them cuffs is on you, what are you going to be able to do then? If you're not prepared on any level, don't even got proper lawyer or proper presentation, representation, it's over. Why put yourself in that scenario for real? Ain't worth it. Now again, when you hear scenarios or when you see scenarios that are just too brutal, those should be eye awakening for a lot of you. Get it together, man. You still have proper time and opportunity to get where you need to get to. Trying to get to them steel walls, nah. You shouldn't be fiend bagging to get there that quickly. Give yourself some space and some actual growth, and you'll get to where you need to get to. And no problem. You know, give me 1 second, y'all. This is the thing. Again, you have a choice. You have a choice to either place yourself in a high position or put you down at the lowest levels of life. To be honest with you, I don't think anybody's goal in life should be that of I just want to continue to go back and forth into that system, not learning nothing, not gaining nothing, and you're losing more every time you put yourself in that position. Some of y'all have to be aware of what you're doing out there. You rolling with the crew and not knowing what the crew getting into. Guess what? Put yourself in a scenario. Letitia, baby. You already know if y'all just tuned in, hit the like button. And if y'all new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. But it's truth. It's time for you to really start building a wall around your brain. Sorry to say it that way. Build that wall. Nothing should come in between you doing what you need to do for your self preservation. Okay, if one thing ain't work for you, find another thing to work for you. You consistently keep moving around until you find your place. That's what you're supposed to do. See, it's key and critical for a lot of you now. It's not just gaining book knowledge, it's gaining knowledge of self and gaining knowledge of the streets, community. Hey, wherever you rest your head at. It's more about getting in tune with the right type of individuals. And it's also just about, again, preservation. Knowing that if you're going to be out and about doing things with people, make sure that y'all safe on all cylinders. Should be no man left behind, etc., etc. You know the drill already. Shoot. Just common sense and safety rules that should apply, especially for some of the women out there too. Yeah, knowing who you partying with, knowing who you are associating with, that is important. James, what's going on, my guy? See, again, there are certain situations where, again, people are now coming home because of that. You know, situations where people have lied. And see, I was talking about people being held accountable. Now, see, that first scenario I was talking about in the beginning of the live, I meant that. Those people should have been held accountable from day one, from when it first happened. Can't overlook that. That right there was just cold blooded murder. Sorry. It's unacceptable. And it's supposed to be, you know, preservation of life regardless. Now, getting back to another scenario. Again, some of you people in your young 20s need to hear this too, because this does apply to y'all too. Yeah, I'm aware of my demographics to a degree. I'm gonna just keep it this way. After a certain time frame, you are responsible for yourself. Nobody else. You can't force certain things, and the people around you can't force certain things. Certain scenarios, it has to be a mutual agreement. Some of y'all dropped the ball with that shit. You can't force your friends, prime example, to get into a field of business if that's not the field of business they get into. So you got to remember that. And vice versa. You might be happy with your position and what you don't. Don't let nobody tell you nothing otherwise. You think for yourself. You move the ball the way you're supposed to move the ball. You know? Oh, you really should be in this position, but no, I'm in this position and I'm happy. Just like you in your position, that's how you're supposed to be. Making sure you have that right structure will definitely be a key element of you staying from behind the walls and building amongst the right flock. Throughout life, that's how you're supposed to do it. But again, think for yourself. Just because you see an opportunity, well, let me say this. Just because you see the wrong opportunities and you see your peoples as a part of it, that don't always mean you got to be a part of it. And then again, it depends on what your friends are doing. If it's something that can land you behind the wall and you ain't prepared for it, and you ain't trying to go in there, you already know what to do. But again, getting around the right surroundings, that definitely keep pushing y'all forward. Stop throwing away your opportunities in your young 20s. I'm motivate everybody. I don't give a damn what age you are. Whatever opportunities you are granted with, blessed with, or you do what you do. That's what you're supposed to. And if it is going to be the uplook for you, and you keep pushing that wheel like you're supposed to until the wheel works no more. And then you change the tire. And then you do it again. The motivation should just be staying afloat, keeping yourself whole and preserved. Again, what mark are you going to leave in life? Be in control of your impulses. There's some of you, like I said before, playing games with your lives on either level. If not by the law, by your own, by your own undoing, just by being young and foolish. Like I stressed this one time before, and I'm gonna say it again. Is some of y'all playing these dangerous games on the road, especially doesn't matter if it's the bikes or if it's the vehicles. Again, you have to be wise and you have to be careful because it's not just your life at stake. I think that's a key thing that some of y'all should take hold to, especially when people are sticking their life out for you. That's an opportunity that's going to get you into bigger doors, better situations. You better take that and do what's right for those people. You can't cry about people ain't giving opportunities when you have people even within your circle giving you that, and it's not working. Sorry. Um, really have to think: is it worth me, you know, burning down that bridge? Nah, shouldn't be that. Because guess what? At some point, you might be the one giving the opportunity right back. Again, just know who you're dealing with, and that's it. Some of y'all will definitely be all right. Just make sure that opportunity is given is a legit opportunity, not some get rich quick scheme. Definitely not no scams. Make sure that it's legit, especially if that's the mindset you already got yourself into. And do that, push that. Before I do get up out of here, though, I wasn't gonna hold y'all all afternoon. I have some things to do, and happy Sunday. Because I'm gonna reiterate on this. But I feel like this topic was definitely needed today. A reiteration on a couple things that should resonate in some people's minds by now. When you decide to take those forms of shortcuts to try to get to the top, you'll realize your rise at the top won't be too long. It won't be long because there's no real substance there. You didn't put in the necessary work. You literally took a shortcut. Your best bet is to take every step, not just precautionary, but take every step the way you're supposed to take it. Light and bountiful. And when you gotta get heavy, you get heavy. Sometimes it's good to be light footed, you know. If you're in a comfortable position as far as occupation, you are doing the best that you can do for yourself and for the people around you, and even for better strides for the future. Hey, you keep pushing that ball forward. Keep reminding yourself that you are great. You know, keep doing the best that you can. And again, let nothing stop you from your destination. Your destination shouldn't be getting behind that wall quick. You know, it should be more about being realistic. Being in control of. Trust me, you'll get there quicker if you do it correctly. Before I get up out of here, take the time out to wish all the Capricorn babies and everybody celebrating this week a happy birthday. Hopefully, whatever events y'all getting into, y'all keep yourselves whole and preserved. There you go. Happy birthday. Hold on, get your dance on one more game. Again, may y'all enjoy y'all day, whatever y'all got planned. Again, make sure you around the right environment. And even if you are in a certain situation, still just keep yourself, observant as possible. And if something don't feel right before time, you already know, take yourself up out of there. You know? Again, preservation of life. Being aware of your surroundings, but also being aware of everything. Being real critical and being safe. Safety over everything and logic over everything. And for those following me on Clapper, if I'm not back by 6:30, I will see y'all tomorrow night, definitely. For those that might just be tuning in, y'all can definitely catch this replay. Before I get up out of here, I'm gonna take the time out again to thank everybody, and I appreciate everybody that's still been a part of this build, coming a part of this build, and as we going into this new year, 2025, I do see a lot of great things for a lot of you. And this is from the heart, man. I see a lot of greatness going out of a lot of you, on and off the set. Y'all keep striving for excellence. Y'all keep putting in the necessary work. Y'all keep reaching for your ultimate goals. You'll get there. May there be more blessings, more opportunities, and definitely more growth for a lot of you. Really, all I can say today, I'm gonna just keep it short and simple. Wait a minute, no, man.
Second bad, but somebody gotta do it. Got my foot up on the gas, but somebody gotta do it. Turn this TV off, turn this TV off.
Yeah. Yeah, I had to wild out real quick. Oh, wait a minute. Take the time out real quick. Take this time out real quick. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna do it again.
Second bad, but somebody gotta do it. Got my foot up on the gas, but somebody gotta do it. Turn this TV off, turn this TV off.
Yeah. I felt good. But for everybody that will be celebrating, especially New Year's Eve, baby. Hold on one second.
You better not run up on me if you do, then I'ma trip out. You better not run up on me if you do, then I'ma trip out. 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 Trip out. You better not run up on me.
Yes, don't encourage the madness. Don't encourage the madness. I didn't forget about y'all. Wait a minute. For those who might be dealing with snow, for those who might be dealing with the storms or whatever right now, even with the cold temperatures, just make sure y'all keeping yourself safe, keeping yourself heated as possible. Yeah, it's gonna be rough for some of y'all during this time of the season, but try to make the best of what you can make with, survival tips. Do what's needed. Again, try to keep yourselves whole coming into the new year. I didn't forget about one thing. I forgot to give this out today. There you go. Oh yeah, for those who definitely are going to be celebrating on the New Year's, make sure you get your boogie on for your boy. Make sure y'all getting y'all boogie on, and again, just make every moment of it very blessed. Take the time out again to appreciate everything around you, the things that you have, the things that are in place, or things that could be falling into place. Just be thankful and grateful. It's really what it's all about, man. Just keep yourself humble no matter what the hell you're doing in life. Just be blessed. Like I said, I'm gonna reiterate on this conversation, but before I get up out of here again, let me get this real quick. Oh, come on, serious. Let him get the coffee. He honorary. Let him get the damn coffee. He's the honorary coffee pusher. Yeah, but let me get up out of here. I definitely appreciate everybody that rocked out. Those that might have just been tuning in or coming in late, even those in the shadows, y'all make sure y'all catch this replay and share it out. Let me get up out of here. It's time for me to figure out lunch, son. Again, those following me on Clapper, you don't see me by 6:30. I will definitely see you tomorrow at 6:30. We will definitely be in the building. Yeah, let me get up out of here. If y'all was new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Shout out to the replay game. Shout out to the Shadow Mafia and the Shadow Babies. Y'all know what it is, baby. Everybody that was in attendance today, y'all already know that love is love and they'll be reciprocated as such. I don't know how to be fake. All I can do is give you real. That's all I'm gonna do is give you real topics and real bills. And yeah, definitely appreciate everybody that rocked out. Hopefully y'all enjoy the rest of your afternoons, evenings, and for all you future babies, I still need my lottery numbers for tomorrow today, son. I'm still trying to buy a zoo. If I don't speak to you before the new year, well, shit, you gonna see me on the new year. But if you don't, I definitely see you the day after. So let me get up out of here. Y'all stay safe. Keep that third eye open. Until the next live, we out of here. Peace and blessings.